Hello everybody and welcome to this presentation of Connecticut State Wildcat Football. We're here at New Britain Field, PAL Field, in New Britain, Connecticut. As the Connecticut State Wildcats take on the Milford Academy Falcons. Wildcats won the toss, they deferred the second half. The Falcons will start with the football, but first, we're going to re-kick here. Had a hold here to start out this one. And welcome you in, whether you're watching the live stream on my Facebook page or you're watching the pre-recorded YouTube broadcast. Thank you for watching. And we had some type of, I heard we had a hold against the Wildcats, to start this one off. So I get a re-kick here. Another beautiful day here, and now we're underway again, and this one will go out of bounds. So that's going to bring this ball out to about the 40-some-odd yard line. We'll see the Milford Academy offense come out for the first time. The Falcons come into this game 1-2 in this 2025 season. Meanwhile, the Wildcats, they're on a 11-game win streak. Either 4-0 here on the season. Dating back to last season, they won 11 in a row. This will be win number 12 in a row if they can get it here. Coming off a big victory last week, defeating West Connecticut. 22-13 was the final in that game. They scored 16 unanswered points in that game last week on what they call the other side of Connecticut, western Connecticut. So, of course, Connecticut State Wildcats play all over the place. Last time we saw them was against the Central International College Cardinals out of Richmond, Virginia. That game was played out in Middletown, Connecticut. It's about 20 miles away. We're about the same distance here in New Britain. Much better field, if you do ask me, on my opinion. It's a much better field than what we saw out in Middleton. Apologize for the camera, folks. Trying to get it right. Make sure you get the best possible view as possible. So again, Milford Academy led by, looks like, number 17 in at quarterback here. That'll be Domenico Berlingeri, and I hope I'm saying that right. If not, I do apologize profusely. Berlingeri. In a quarterback, number 17. First down, and they are going to hand off here. Number 21, we get your name in a moment, and he will get to about the 44-yard line. So the Falcons start at the 40 after the kickoff went out of bounds. Second kickoff, that is. And the run is by Kyrie Bradley. He gets about 4 yards. Spotlight player here to watch is not on the field yet. That will be, I get to the name here, is usually we're number 88. Today, we're number 18 as they have switched from the white to the gold jerseys for this home game. They wear their white jerseys in their first home game and the next 3 road games that they played so far this season. That's Trey Jones. We'll talk a little more about him and his performance last week against Williamson in just a second. Hand off here. No, they're going to take it. And Berlin's going to run. He's got a first down and more. And spinning away into Falcon territory. Still going down inside the 40. What a run there. Once again, quarterback Domenico Berlingeri with the run there. And it is a first down for the Falcons. A nice start here for Milford Academy. As I was mentioning before, we had to get to the next play here. Got to watch here, number 18. On offense here for the Falcons is Trey Jones. In a game against Williamson, a 32-0 blowout victory. Shutout victory, that is. As I try to adjust his camera. He had 6 catches, 212 yards, and 4 touchdowns. All of those are school records. Let's see what he can do here today. First down after that run by Berlingeri. Ball's now at the Falcon 39, and they're going to hand off here to Bradley. And Bradley is wrapped up at the 41-yard line, so it's got to about the line of scrimmage and not much else right there. So I want to just look over this notes here. Again, we're talking about Trey Jones. We're number 18 today. He's on offense. He is one of the receivers here for the Wildcats. At Williamson, that was 2 weeks ago. He had 6 catches, 212 yards, 4 touchdowns. So they defeated Williamson 38 to Zippity Doodah. And then last week at Western Connecticut, another great game. 6 catches, 112 yards around there, and 1 touchdown. And a come-behind victory. Again, they won 22-13. They were down. They had scored 16 unanswered in that fourth quarter. Apologize for the live stream, folks. Trying to get the camera right. Berlin outside. Pass is caught. Number 20, and he's down to the 31-yard line. Another first down here for the Falcons. So 2 plays, very impressive here to start this one off. And it's 2 first downs for Milford Academy. Falcons losing a little no huddle here now. They're starting to get this drive looking very good. Marker actually reached 3rd down now, so it's a nice gain there by number 20. And now Berlingeri's going to throws it up top to the end zone. Wide open pass is caught. Touchdown Falcons. Milford Academy strikes here in New Britain first. It is 6-0. Trying to see who caught that touchdown. It looked like number 16. I'll get your name here in a moment. So it's true. I do not drop this live stream camera. That is Derek Broadham with the touchdown for Milford Academy. Now off the extra point, making a 7-0 game. Number 27 is in a kicker. That is Ibrahim Cisse. And we'll see what he has to say about this extra point. I'm going to bring an extra guy on here. Yeah, wide open touchdown pass. So what's it going to number 16? We do believe that was Derek Broadham. Kick is up, and it is no good. It almost hit the red truck. So it took a couple plays from Milford Academy to jump on top 7-0 early over Connecticut State. We'll be right back. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcat football. We're here on YouTube and on the live stream. So just like that, it's 7-0 Milford Academy on top of Connecticut State Wildcats. And that ball's going to roll into the end zone for the touchback. So once again, folks, if you just missed it, where have you been? I do apologize again for those watching the live stream camera and the pre-recorded broadcast camera. We also had a problem getting to break there on a little pause. And the quarterback was number 17. That was Domenico Berlinghieri. And his touchdown pass with number 16, that is Derek Bradham. I hope I'm saying those names right. Once again, it's 7-0 Milford Academy on top here of the Connecticut State Wildcats, who are led by number 13. That is Connor Shippert. We're going to lead the Wildcats to a 12th consecutive victory here today. Let's start with the football at the 25-yard line. That's the touchback. Very sunny day on here in New Britain. And Shippert's in the shotgun. You're on first down. First play of the game for the Connecticut State Wildcats, and they're going to hand off. Almost lost it there, man. You get the nice run out to the 30 to the 31-yard line. Can't see the number from up here. Again, that looks like it'd be about a gain of 6 there on first down, so a nice first play there for the Wildcats. And I'm going to turn this brightness down just a little bit so you can get the best possible view here on YouTube. A very bright day here at New Britain, Connecticut. That has hosted 2 championships here already in 2025. We'll get to that in a minute as well. We second down about 4 here for Connecticut State. Ball's at the 31. Show our hands off again here on second down, and this time the Falcon defense is ready for it. Bringing them down about the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down here for the Wildcats. Falcon defense going to now have a chance here to try to do something here, try to force the first punt of the game. And could not see who was running the football there on first down, on second down, excuse me. It'll be third down here, about 4. Ball is still at the 31-yard line. See if we can get a number here for the back in the backfield. Still can't see it from here, so we'll get you that as soon as we can. Third down 4 from the 31. Shippert throws, first pass is bobbled. Almost intercepted. You had a defender there, ready to grab that football. He was unable to make the catch, however. And the Falcon defense makes the first stop of the game. Slow start here for the Wildcats on both sides of the ball so far, giving up the first touchdown of the game, and now their offense having to punt the football away. Number 2 is out here to punt. And I have that as listed as David DeLeon, but that's not who it is. So let's check the roster here. Jaden Pereira is the punter here for Connecticut State, I do believe. Yes, it is. It is Jaden Pereira. And we'll show you here on the YouTube broadcast. We got a guy back here. I'll show you on the live stream as well. Guy back here at about the 37-yard line. Falcons defense getting the job done on the first Connecticut State drive. And this one, nice kick here. High and long. This was to be taken at about the 28, cutting inside, spinning away from guys, getting near midfield, and brought down right there. Falcons coming out trying to extend on their 7-0 lead, but first the flag. First flag of the game, and that was a nice punt, bringing it out to midfield. And now there are 2 flags, both inside the 40-yard line. We'll check the markers, see if someone's coming back. One's at the 41-yard line. One's at the 44-yard line. I hear 10-yard penalty is spot of the foul. I'm not sure. Looks like the way that everybody's moving backwards, that one was on the Falcons. So Falcons come out up 7-0 when we come back. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcat football over here on YouTube and on the live stream. Milford Academy's defense does the job, and now their offense back out here up 7-0 early over the Connecticut State Wildcats. We're here at PAL Field in New Britain, Connecticut. Pumps, throws, passes, almost intercepted. Almost threw it right to the defender. But once again, another play here by both defenses now. That pick just goes right out of the hands. So Connecticut State's defense almost comes away with a big play there. It'll be 2nd and 10. Again, any quarterback here for the Falcons is Domenico Berlingieri. Berlingieri. I'll try to remember that. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 7-0 once again, Milford Academy. Forcing a punt on the first Connecticut State drive after they scored a touchdown on their first drive. Trying to extend a lead now here early on. 2nd and 10, ball is at the 35-yard line. Wildcats showing blitz. And inside to Bradley. Bradley cutting to the outside, finding a hole and getting inside the 40 to about maybe the 41-yard line. And it's going to be, let's check the marker, 3rd down here for the Falcons. So now for the first time, Wildcats will have a chance to force a punt here on 3rd down. See what they can do on this next play. 7-0 Falcons already on top. Took just 4 plays to score on their first offensive drive. And their defense getting the job done, forcing the first punt of the game on the Wildcats. But now it's facing a 3rd down here at the 41. Handoff here to Bradley. Bradley's up the middle, and he's going to have a first down inside the 45 to about the 48-yard line. That should be enough for another first down. And let's check the marker. Still reach 3rd down. And it is going to be a fresh set of downs for Milford Academy. A very fast start here for the Falcons going up against this Wildcats team. Again, looking to win their 12th consecutive game overall. Looking to stay undefeated here on this season. Getting near that midway point of the season as well. Pups over the middle, and they had a wide open man. The pass was dropped. That was intended for Troy Varodakis. And he was wide open. He had plenty of room to run as well. Once again, another pass that just goes right to the hand of a receiver. So both defenses now have a drop, and now the Falcon offense also has a drop. Once again, 2nd down and 10. Milford Academy getting the job done once again, folks. Forcing a punt on the first Wildcat drive. Now the Wildcat defense trying to get something going here. It'll be 2nd down and 10 here at the 47-yard line officially. And they get a pitch out here, number 21, who I think that's Bradley. And he gets inside Falcon territory, pushing that pile down to the 44-yard line. And Kyrie Bradley continues to run pretty well here on the ground for the Falcons. And it's another Falcon first down. Or is it? Marker reached 3rd down. There's going to be 3rd down short here. Another nice run there, though, by, again, Kyrie Bradley, number 21 for the Falcons. Beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon here in New Britain. 7-0 Milford Academy Falcons on top of the Connecticut State Wildcats. And on 3rd down here, off here to Bradley. Bradley pushing that pile, and he gets to about the 42-yard line. And it's going to be another Falcon first down. So that run game getting the job done here so far for Milford Academy. Connecticut State doesn't seem to have an answer for them just yet on the ground. See if that continues here. It's first down. Ball is at the 42-yard line. And a sunny Sunday afternoon. Very hot. And again, we're in autumn, folks. So everybody out here a bit surprised about how hot it is. It's going to be this hot again for the rest of the week here in the New England area. So don't break out to the coast just yet. There's another pass here. Pass is caught. Caught on the sideline. He's brought down at the 32-yard line. And he'll be right at that first down, if not already having it. And that pass is called by Benny Adams. And we have a Wildcat down on the sideline. And so we continue play here. Officially down at the 33-yard line, so they did give him the first down. But put him at the 33. Might actually be about the 32.5. Something along those lines. Very bright up here in the booth. There's another first down for the Falcons. Already up 7-0 here in the first quarter. At the Wildcat 33. Zero motion, and they're going to fake it. Throws, short passes, dropped by Bradley. And that is the second drop pass here for the Falcon offense on this drive. the 4th drop pass overall. Both defenses have one themselves. And another 2nd and 10 coming up here. So while the run game for the Falcons is doing their job quite nicely, it's the passing game that they can't seem to get going early on here. Well, another 2nd down here for the Falcons. They've done well on 2nd down on this drive. Trying to extend on their 7-0 lead while still at the Connecticut State 33-yard line. Your motion and hand off here to Bradley, going right up the middle. Bradley cutting away out to the outside, and he will go into the end zone for the touchdown. The Milford Academy Falcons are now up 13-0 here in New Britain. Kyrese Bradley finishing the job the way he started it, getting into the end zone. Again, a very slow start for this Wildcat defense. Now Cisse going to try to come on here to try for this extra point, trying to make it a 14-0 game here in the first. Oh, they're going for 2 here, actually. Berlin Jerry to the end zone. Passes. No signal yet. And they say it's good. 2-point conversion is good, and now it is a 15-0 game. Milford Academy on top. Excuse me, it's a 14-0 game. Connecticut State find themselves down by 2 scores here early in the first. So we're right back. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcat football right here on YouTube and on the live stream. 14-0. Milford Academy on top of Connecticut State here early on. Another kickoff going through the end zone for a touchback. Very surprising start here for the Connecticut State Wildcats, who once again have won 11 games in a row coming into this one. Giving up a passing touchdown on the first drive for Milford Academy. And then their offense stalled. And on the second drive, it was the run game for the Falcons. They got into the end zone. Kyrese Bradley scored for about 32 yards out. Extra point on the first touchdown was no good. It was 6-0. And then they went for 2 on the last play. Converted. And now we have a 14-0 game. Connecticut State try to bounce back here. In the latter half of the first quarter, both start at the 25. Connor Schiffer once again in the shotgun. They get hand off here on first down. Got a new running back in there. Again, can't see the number, and he is wrapped up almost immediately. Once again, a very slow start for Connecticut State. Let's see if they can bounce back here on this drive. Find themselves now 14-0 here in the first. Forced the punt on their first drive, and their defense is giving up touchdowns through the air and on the ground here early on. They see him there, bottom of your screen, number 18, Trey Jones. I mentioned this earlier. A couple weeks ago against Williamson, he set a couple school records. 212 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. See what we can do here today as Schiffer throws, passes, dropped, and that is the first drop here for the offense for Connecticut State. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 coming up here for the Wildcats. And this is a dangerous 3rd down here for the offense. Already down here 14-0. I know we're only here in the first quarter, folks, but there is a possibility Wildcats might go for him on 4th down if they can't convert this 3rd down. Already down 14-0. 3rd down 10. Shipwreck over the middle. The pass is tipped in the air, and it is almost intercepted. Omar Harris was the guy that most likely had that one, and he plays for the other team. So it's another 3 and out here, and the Wildcats are going to punt. They're not going to go for it on 4th down, being that they're so close in their own, so deep in their own territory. Don't want to fail on a 4th down. Give it back to Milford Academy with some good field position. Once again, it's Jaden Pereira out for the punt here for Connecticut State. And this one's a shorter punt. This one's going to roll and go out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. That's where Milford Academy comes back out with a 14-0 lead here in the first. We'll be right back. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcat football over here on YouTube and on the live stream. 14-0. Milford Academy Falcons on top of the Connecticut State Wildcats here toward the end of the first quarter. Let's start with the ball. Everybody in motion here at the 42-yard line. To another Wildcat punt on offense after they actually got no yards on that last drive. Berlinger throws outside, pass caught. Here is Adams again, and Betty Adams gets Zach into Wildcat territory to about the 39-yard line. Another big pass play there. That is a gain of about 14 on that play. It's another first down here for the Falcons. That is Betty Adams' second catch of the game. And the official puts the football at the 45-yard line. So it's only about a gain of 13. Look, they got much further than I thought. Once again, two receivers. One being Bradley is in motion. Throws to the sideline, pass caught, number 4 with the catch. Get away from a defender. Try to break off another. He'll get inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line. Once again, it's Varadakis come away with the catch. And the Falcons continue to dominate this Wildcat defense here early on in New Britain. That's another 10-yard gain there. First down for the Falcons. 14-0. Milford Academy on top of Connecticut State. Looking to extend on our lead once again. And they got to pitch it out here. Varadakis, and he's down at the line of scrimmage. Caught that number 22, who we don't have any for on our roster. And that's the first big play for this Wildcat defense here in this game thus far. No gain on that play. Be second down and 10. Another second down 10 play here for Milford Academy. We've seen a lot of big plays for them on second and 10, so let's see what they have up their sleeve right here. But first, we end the first quarter. It was all Milford Academy at quarter number 1. Let's see what quarter number 2 brings us. It is 14-0. Milford Academy on top of Connecticut State after 1. We'll be right back for the second quarter. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcat football right here on YouTube and on the live stream. Start of the second quarter, everybody. Milford Academy. Let's try that again, folks. Start of the second quarter, everybody. The Milford Academy Falcons lead the Connecticut State Wildcats 14-0. We are here at PAL Field in New Britain, Connecticut. And all Falcons here to start this one off. A handoff here to Kyrese Bradley on second down. And he'll push that pass. Still going in near the 20 and down about the 23-yard line. And again, that run game dominating this defense here dominated that defense in this first quarter. Continuing to do so here in the second quarter. There's another first down for the Falcons. And as I mentioned, folks, right before the break, saw a lot of big plays on second and 10 here from the Falcons in that first quarter. We're seeing them here again in the second quarter as we get things started here in this second period. Falcons with the ball at the Connecticut State 22-yard line. Try to build up their 14-0 lead. Berlingeri pumps, rolling out, throws, pass is incomplete. Diving attempt there, number 20 trying to go for that one. That is Robert Holder, but he's not able to come away with it, so it'll be second and 10 again and again, folks. We want to see what the Falcons have up their sleeves here. Seeing a lot of big plays on second and 10 to start this one off. I believe both touchdowns also came by way of second and 10, so let's see. First touchdown covered through the air, second one on the ground. So second and 10 here. Adams in motion. Brangieri fakes over the middle, and now it went over the head of Holder. Second time went to Robert Holder, and second time he could not connect, so now it's third down and 10 here. Let's see for the first time if the Connecticut State defense can make a stop. Hold to at least a field goal here, the 14-0 game as we start this second quarter. The third down and 10 here. Ball is at the 23-yard line. Wildcats trying to make a stop here on 3rd down and 10. Jerry over the middle. Pass is tipped. And no signal yet.
He caught it. He caught it.
Still no signal. It's like I just say, it did a complete pass. So Wildcat defense gets the stop. They do not get the turnover. Nice effort there, but unfortunately no go. So 4th down, and it looks like the Falcons are staying out there on offense, trying to extend on their 14-0 lead.
Pressure!
4th and 10. 4 receiver set here for the Falcons. Brother Jerry. Pumps, roll it out. Pressure coming from behind him. Doesn't see it. Did as he throws, and a pass is incomplete. Wildcats defense with their first stop of the game. It remains a 14-0 game. We'll be right back. You're watching Connecticut State football right here on YouTube and on the live stream. Wildcat offense out here for their 3rd drive. Playing on the last 2 as Shipper throws short passes, caught, cutting it away. And he will get down to the 24-yard line. About a gain of 1 on that pass play there. Again, the Wildcats struggling on both sides of the ball here. Offense has punted twice. No points. Defense has given up 2 touchdowns, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground. The defense finally actually made a stop there on the last drive for the Falcons. Now it's their offense turn to answer. Try to cut the deficit in half here in the 2nd quarter. And we're here at PAL Field in New Britain, Connecticut, about 21 miles outside of Hartford. 4 receivers set here for the Wildcats. 2nd down at about 9. Sherwood's going to hand off here on 1st down. Big hole at the middle. And he will be pushed back and thrown down. But he got inside the 25, so he got a couple there. It's going to be 3rd down once again for the Wildcats. Trying to get something going here on offense. So far, no dice. 2 punts.
Here we go.
It'll be 3rd down. Paul is at the 28-yard line, so it'll be about 3rd down and 5 here. This will be a big 3rd down for the Wildcats. They need to convert this one. Here down 14-0. Shipper throws to the sideline. Pass caught. Trying to break away from one tackle. Then he will not get away from the next. He'll push that pile, but he'll still be well short of a 1st down. Pass caught there by Ryan Rufferty. And he was immediately brought down by Tyler Cord. It's another 4th down here for the Wildcats, and our question is, do you go for it here down 14-0? And the answer looks to be no. A 3rd punt upcoming. The offense continues to get nothing going here in this first half. And they're going to punt for the 3rd time.
Who's in for Isaiah?
Let's get it. It's going to be Pereira. Going in for another punt here. Falcons getting the ball back. And another high, pretty good punt here by Pereira. This one's going to be taken about the 33. And he has room going on the sideline. Can he get there? He has speed, and he's out of bounds near the 30. Falcons coming out with a 14-0 lead at excellent field position when we come back. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcat football right here on YouTube and on the live stream. Falcons starting this next drive at the 25-yard line. Already got 14-0 here in the 2nd quarter against Connecticut State. We're going to extend on their lead. Excellent field position. A nice punt return there. Holder going in motion. They hand off here. Right up the middle is Bradley. And Tyrese Bradley still pushing that pile down near the 10-yard line. So once again, another 1st down for the Falcons on the ground. They continue to run right through, pun intended, this Connecticut State defense. And let's see where they place this football. I can't see it from here. Bradley down the backfield. What to get here? First down for the Falcons. And hand off. No, yeah, they will hand it off here to Bradley. Bradley comes to the outside, and he is brought down at about the 10. Gain of just a couple on that one. Last time the defense was out here for Connecticut State, they were going to make the fourth down stop. Falcons opting not to kick a field goal up 17-0. They decided to go for it on fourth down. Connecticut State defense able to make the stop. Try to do the same thing here. Ball is now at the 10-yard line, so it's second down here for the Falcons. Already up 14-0. And they'll hand off here to Bradley again. Bradley right up the middle. And they're going to call him down at the 1-yard line. And it's going to be first and goal for the Falcons at the Connecticut State 1. And now the Falcons using a little no huddle here. Just trying to punch this one in. Hand off. Touchdown. Kyrie's Bradley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And it continues to be all Falcons here in the Britain. It's now 20-0. Very shocking way to start this game if you're a Connecticut State fan, a team that has come into this game on an 11-game win streak. Absolute dominant performance here today to start this one by the Falcon offense. That's the third touchdown, second of the ground for Milford Academy. And looks like once again they're going to kick the extra. Nope, they're going to go for two here. Once again, trying to make it a 22-0 game. Jared in the shotgun. Holder in motion. And over the middle, pass is incomplete. Low contact, no flags. And so it remains a 20-0 game. Milford Academy all over Connecticut State here in the second quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcat football right here on YouTube and on the live stream. Milford Academy continues their dominance here in this first half. It is now 20-0 on top of Connecticut State. This one will return about the 5-yard line, cutting outside, come back inside, and he will be brought down at about the 23-yard line. 18-yard return there, and once again the offense coming out. 3 punts on their first 3 drives. See if 4 is their magic number here, trying to once again cut into this lead that they found, this deficit that they find themselves in now. 20-0 Milford Academy all over the Wildcats. We'll start with the football at about the 24-yard line.
Sideline. I have you for speed, right?
Start the football once again at the 24-yard line. Connor Shipwright. Only a couple completions here on their first 3 drives. Might have played more have more punts than they have completions. And they're going to hand off here on first down. Cut to the outside. And he will get about 6 yards on that carry. About to the 30-yard line. Again, back-to-back great games for number 18, Trey Jones, who had worn 88 in the last 2 games. He had 6 catches, 212 yards, and 4 touchdowns, and a 38-0 victory at Williamson 2 weeks ago. Last week, he had 6 catches for 110 yards, and 1 touchdown. They came back to defeat Western Connecticut, scoring 16 points, by the way, in that fourth quarter. Come away with a 22-13 victory. Shipwright under pressure. And down he goes, way back at the 21. Falcons even with their first sack of the game. It's gonna be a long third down here for the Wildcats. The dominance continues here in this first half. The third down very long here. Looking to avoid a 4th punt here on 4 drives. Start this game off. Third and long. Shipwright pops. Going down the sideline, and the pass is incomplete. Nobody was there. And so once again, the Connecticut State Wildcats will be forced to punt. Getting nothing going here in this first half. 4 drives, 4 punts. Once again, it's Pereira coming out for another punt. We'll show you here. We have a name for number 23 here, ready to return his punt. And that is Terrence Gurley. Standing back at his own 37-yard line. The fourth punt of the afternoon here for Connecticut State. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts, by the way. The good news is for Connecticut State is they get the ball to start the second half. They won the coin toss and deferred.
Hey, look up here. Out. You got to get him and drive him. You can't watch the quarterback. You got to get in there. Collapse it.
And this one, a high punt, not very long at all. And the Falcons are going to start with excellent field position. They're going to let this one roll. And it's going to continue to roll to the 31-yard line. So once again, the Falcons with excellent field position at a 20-0 lead when we come back right here on YouTube out on the live stream. 20-0 Milford Academy all over Connecticut State here in New Britain, Connecticut. Falcons with starting the next drive here at the 31-yard line after a bad punt there by Pereira. Brongieri chucking it down the field, has a man wide open, and he overthrows him. Going for the hammer on the nail there on the first play of the drive, and the pass is overthrown. And that was Brodman again. They're trying to go to him again. They connected for the first touchdown of the game. The next two were by way of Kyrese Bradley on the ground. And they tried for a second touchdown pass there. Just out of reach. So again, set the 30, folks. Second out of 10. The Falcons have been dangerous here on second and 10 on this game so far. See what they bring out of their sleeves here. Up 20-0 here in the latter half, or almost the latter half at least, of the second quarter. Fake throws, short pass caught. Here's Adams at his third catch. And Betty Adams gets maybe 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 8 coming up here for the Falcons. Connecticut State has made 1 4th down stop here thus far out of the 5 drives the Falcons have been on so far. Well, 3 or 4. The Falcons have scored touchdowns. Connecticut State did get 1 stop so far. 3rd down and 8 here from the 29-yard line. Falcons have tried to build on their 20-0 lead here in the second quarter. It throws. That was a bad pass. It's still caught. And try to break away. Getting down to about the 18-yard line. He should have enough for another Falcon first down. And that was Bradham once again with the catch. That was his second catch, and it is indeed another first down for the Falcons. Ball is right at the 19. So just where they needed to get for that first. Jerry go to the end zone again. The pass is caught. Touchdown, Milford Academy. Benny Adams, his 5th catch, his first touchdown. And the Falcons continue to extend on their lead. It is now 26-0. I don't know if anybody saw this outcome coming into this one. Connecticut State on an 11-game win streak. Milford Academy coming with a 1-2 record. They now have a 26-0 lead here in the second quarter. Here comes Cisse trying to make it a 27-0 game. High snap. Kick is up, and it is good. 27-0 Milford Academy all over Connecticut State. We'll be right back. You're watching Connecticut State football right here on YouTube and on the live stream. The dominance continues here from Milford Academy. They have a 27-0 lead over Connecticut State. This one will be fumbled. And they will fall on it at about the 12-yard line, maybe 13. And the woes just continue here for the Wildcats in this first half. Looking to get on top of that, but they'll start at their own 12-yard line. We got 27-0 Milford Academy all over the Connecticut State Wildcats. We're here at PAL Field in New Britain, Connecticut, about 21 miles outside of Hartford. Nothing but punts here so far for the Connecticut State offense. Now everybody's coming off the field. That's like we're going to retry this kick here. So we'll pause for just a moment. So we have a re-kick here for some reason. I'm not sure why. Still 27-0. This one will be taken at about the 3-yard line. Bringing it outside. Try to find a room. Cut to the outside. Has a little room. Cut back inside. And a nice return here all the way down to the 34-yard line. And that brings life here into the Connecticut State crowd. They love seeing that return. 31 yards. Offense come back out again. They've punted 4 times so far in this game, trying to get something going here, down 27-0. So we near the end of the first half. Good news for Connecticut State is they do get the ball to start the second half. So while they do have a lot of work ahead of them, they could score here on this drive. Headed to the locker room with down 27-7. They get the ball to start the second half. Could definitely cut this deficit in half if they score on their first drive of the third quarter. But it all starts right here, folks. First down to 34. Shipwright throws, short passes, drops. And that's not what you need if you're the Connecticut State offense. That is the second drop here by the offense. And that will look like it was intended for number 8. And that's Ja'Karius Cole. And a very sunny day here in New Britain. Temperatures will be in the 70s all week here in Connecticut. And in Massachusetts as well. Feeling like summer here in the beginning of the fall season. For sure, anybody like me, you'll take it any day. Shipwright throws. Pass is incomplete again. And again, the Wildcats offense has more punts than completions here today so far. Tells you what kind of game it's been here for the Wildcats. Very shocking start to this game. Third and 10 coming up. Down 27-0. Near this first half. Third out of 10 at the 35-yard line. Shipwright throws, passes almost intercepted. The only guy there was Chris Barino, number 5 for the Falcons. And once again, Wildcat offense stalls a 5th punt oncoming for Pereira. Three plays, 0 yards on that drive, and a 5th punt upcoming. Asking for one more guy here on the punt team. And now you see Trey Jones coming out here. He's been very quiet, but again, we have not heard from him. And it looks like a timeout on the field due to the confusion. We'll be right back. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcat football right here on YouTube and on the live stream. Punt number 5 incoming for the Connecticut State Wildcats. Down 27-0 here against the Milford Academy Falcons. And another high punt. And it's going to, now it's going to take a Connecticut State bounce of sorts. And it will now take a Falcon bounce down to the 44. 27-0 Falcons. They get the ball when we come back right here on YouTube and on the live stream. Falcons have a 27-0 lead. First down at the 45-yard line. 5 receivers ahead here. Jerry going up top. Has a man. The pass is caught. Down to the 31-yard line. That's a 24-yard gain there on first down. And it's again another big play through the air for the Falcons. Falcons use a little no huddle here. Ball at the Connecticut State 31-yard line. Again, a 24-yard pass play there. And Jerry might have hit as he throws. That pass is dropped by Adams, who caught the last touchdown for the Falcons. It'll be second out of 10.
Let's go, defense.
And again, Falcons going to have a lot of work to cut out for them in that second half. They want to come back from down, whatever they'll be down, heading into the second half. Again, good news, folks, is they do get the ball to start the second half. So, just looking to make a stop here at the end of the first half. Jerry on alone the shotgun. Steps up. Pumps it. Now he's going to take off. He has clear to run. And he will take the hit down at the 24-yard line. That's about a gain of 7. Be third down and 3 here after he had the incompletion by Adams on the first down pass play. 7-yard run there by Jerry. And again, no huddle here. Jerry once again all alone with the shotgun. Third down and 3. Over the middle, pass is intercepted. Connecticut State finally getting a big play they desperately needed. Intercepted by Tolly Gallagher. And their offense coming out down 27-0 here toward the end of the half. We'll be right back right here on YouTube and on the live stream. Wildcat defense making their second big stop of the game, and now their offense starting about the 9. Shipper throws, passes, caught wide open man. Out about the 22-yard line. Number 19 with the catch there. So we have a name for number 19. That is Shamir Williams. And that's the first big play for the Wildcats, pretty much the whole game. About a gain of 14, first down, Wildcats. Shipwright throws to the sideline again. That pass is knocked away. A nice play there by, again, Chris Barino, who almost had a pick earlier on in this game. So I mentioned this before, and I forgot to get back to it. We're here at PAL Field in Newbury, Connecticut, a place that has hosted 2 championships here in 2025. The Connecticut Falcons defeated the East Coast Cardinals in the ECFL championship game. That's the East Coast Football League. Here back in May. It was May 31st was the game. 16-12. Malik Williamson coming away with a game-sealing interception in the end zone as the Cardinals tried to tie the game at 14. He returned it all the way for a 2-point conversion. And just a few weeks ago, the Winter Flyers defeated the Haverhill Hitmen, and the New England Football Leagues worked away to the championship game. Wide open passes caught at about the 33-yard line. A couple nice plays here for the Wildcats on offense here at the end of the half. Clock continued to run here. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Nobody's taking any of them yet. Well, officially at the 33 once again, folks. 27-0 Milford Academy all over Connecticut State. Wildcats trying to score here before the end of the half. Shipwright going up top, and the pass is overthrown. Nearest receiver was 10 yards behind the pass, and the intended, once again, that was actually number 6, that is Jake DeVoe. He was the nearest one to that ball for the Wildcats, and he was way out of reach. So it'll be second out of 10. Again, a few nice plays here at the end of the half. Wildcats will look to bring that momentum to the end of the start the second half. Try to get to the end zone here to end this first half before they can get to that second half. Second out of 10. So we're near the end of this half. Ball at the 33. Shipwright pumps pressure. Got to step up and take off. And he will go down at about the 38. Gain of 5. And Connecticut State will indeed call that timeout. We'll be right back. Wildcats now with 2 timeouts left. Falcons still have all 3 of theirs, but we're here at the end of this half. Third down, Shipwright going down the field, has a man, and again overthrew him. See, and that was intended for Williams. Shamir Williams cannot come away with that catch, so it's another 4th down. Let's see what the Wildcats do here. Looks like their offense is staying out there. They're going to go for it for 4th down. Odd 4th down here for the first time today. Down 27-0 here at the end of the half. I think it's a good choice. So it'll be 4th down here. Ball is at the 43-yard line. Shipwright throws, passes, dropped. And another defensive play there by the Falcons. Another drop by the Wildcats. Once again, Milford Academy's offense coming out with 27 to lead when we come back. And that is how the first half ends, folks. It's been all Milford Academy up 27-0 after the half. We're back for the second half right here on YouTube and on the live stream. Start of the second half, everybody. Milford Academy Falcons all over the Connecticut State Wildcats. 27-0. Wildcats start with the football, return about the 10-yard line, cutting back inside and down to about the 34-yard line. That's where the offense will come out. Story of that first half, ladies and gentlemen, was the Falcons running game. Kyrese Bradley has two rushing touchdowns in that first half. And unfortunately, the story for the Connecticut State was their defense. That run game, run defense had been unable to get anything going, and their offense punting 5 times in that first half. Had a couple nice plays at the end of the half, but unfortunately, I don't know if we get any points on the board. So, remains a 27-0 game as the Connecticut Falcons get folks. Try to look to extend their lead. Set on their win streak to 12 games. They've won a little bit in a row. Getting back to last season. Going to come from behind victory last week against Western Connecticut. They're down 16-6 in the fourth. They came back with 13-6. Come back with 16 fourth quarter points. Shepard's first pass to the second half is caught. And he will get down inside the 30. Might have actually lost the yard on that play, actually. So, second verse save of the first here for the Wildcat offense. Not getting anything going here. They actually might have lost a yard or two. A long second down coming up. Talking about second down and longs, we saw in that first half the Falcons were going to get a lot of explosive plays on 2nd and 10. Most specifically, 2nd and 10. That's a lot of big plays, a few touchdowns. Again, Falcons up 27-0 here at the start of the second half. Shipper pressure, throws, passes, caught. Catch made there by number 24. Well, I have a said Strickland Jr., but I'm pretty sure that's not right. Let me check my roster here, folks. That seems to be right, since what I have here. Unless it'll be third down here for the Wildcats. Oh, it's at the 42-yard line, so they need to get on to 2 more yards. Third down and 2 here. And we have a whistle, false start. It's going to be third down and 7. Or was there an offside? Still third down, so they called it offside here against Milford Academy. They did. But still, instead, it's not third down and 2. Well, that looks to be third down and 2. Now the foot of Bucker. Now it's going to be an automatic first down. So it was a third down and 2. That's a 5-yard penalty. It gives Connecticut State a fresh set of downs, and this is the furthest they've gone thus far in this game on offense. They're at their own 41-yard line, 42-yard line. Promising start here to the second half. Shipper throws, short pass caught. Lose the football. Ball still on the ground, and I do believe went out of bounds. Looked like it's going to be a clear recovery for the Falcons. Instead, the ball goes out of bounds, so the Wildcats are very lucky on that play right there. They did not lose it there. Pass was called like number 0. That is Yusuf Shatabi, who made that catch out of the backfield. Ball popped out, and they were lucky it went out of bounds. Now they're putting the ball back at the 45, so it was a loss of 3 on the fumble. Well, we second down here, about 13. Ball back at the 45-yard line. 27-0 Milford Academy on top of the Connecticut State Falcons. And another handoff here on second down. Nice run here, spinning away inside the 40 down to the 42. Excuse me, yeah, it's the 42-yard line. The ball is actually at the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 7. It'll be third down here again for the Wildcats. They got a free first down on a 5-yard offside penalty against the Falcons on the last time around. Again, this is the furthest they've been on offense all game long. Third down and officially 3 here. Ball is at the 41-yard line. Falcons up 27-0. Defense trying to make a stop here. Shipwright. Pumps going down the field. Has 2 men and it is dropped. Throwing it into double coverage. Once again, it's attack for Strickland. Now decision time here for Divine Jackson and this Wildcat coaching staff. Did they go for her on fourth down 27 points? That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go for a fourth down 27-0. Again, this is the furthest they've gotten on offense all game. Looking to continue this hot drive. Try to get something going here in this game. Fourth down. Shipwright steps up. Floated downfield. Hasn't been wide open. The pass is caught. Break it away. One man to beat. And he dives into fumble. Lose the football. Let's see what they call here. Ball one out into the end zone. Well, did he cross the plane? And now we have a flag out at the 14-yard line, so hold everything. Ryan Rafferty took that one all the way to the end zone, but he fumbled the football out of the end zone. Question is, did he get to the goal line before fumbling? Once again, folks, Ryan Rafferty just fumbled out of the end zone on a long pass play on 4th down.
No, you leave him alone. Let him run.
And somebody called timeout. We'll sort this out right back. So the flag was an illegal block in the back against the Wildcats. So they get the 4th down conversion. They do not get the touchdown. And the ball, whether it went out of the end zone or not, goes back to the Wildcats. Now 1st down, we're about the 20, cut out the middle. Yeah, we have a number of 25, break it inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line. That is Gio Vasquez taking a carry there. So once again, the Wildcats get pretty lucky because I'm pretty sure that ball went out of the end zone. That would have been a touchback. And the Falcons would have the ball again of 27-0. But instead, the Wildcats maintain possession. Ball's out the 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd down at 6. 2nd and 4, excuse me, a gain of 6. Next marker already 1st down, so guess that was enough for a 1st down. Shepard fakes, throws the football. Falcons pick it up. There is nobody in front of him. And he is going to take this one all the way. Touchdown, Milford Academy. And just when you thought the Wildcats had a promising drive going, Milford Academy once again extends on their lead. It is now 33-0. All I can say, folks, is wow. Pressure came from behind. And that ball was knocked out. Taylor Mondor taking it all the way for a touchdown. 86 yards on the return. And as I say, folks, usually during the Sunday 4 o'clock window, it might be time to start to get ready for Football Night in America on NBC. High snap, kick is up, and it is good. So once again, Taylor Hondor, an 86-yard fumble return touchdown. And the Milford Academy Falcons are up 34-0 here in the 3rd. We'll be right back. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcats football right here on YouTube and on the live stream. 34-0. There was momentum there for a moment for the Wildcats, but now that momentum has disappeared. They'll try to regroup here as the big return gets out to the 30-yard line. Big hit. So the Wildcats will try to regroup here after the 86 return fumble return touchdown by Connor Hondor. That was the first big play of the game for the Falcon defense. The Wildcats once again, folks, will start this next drive at the 30-yard line again. That was the last drive we saw for the Wildcats was the most promising one all night. And it ends with a defensive touchdown for the Milford Academy Falcons, who now have a 34-0 lead. Wildcats try to bounce back here. Start at the 30-yard line. And a handoff here on first down. I think that's Vasquez. I'll check the couple claps here from the crowd. Got a positive play out of that one. Yeah, try to see what number that was there. He's coming to the outside. It's number 6 of the carry there. That is Jake DeVoe actually on the carry there. Speaking of Gio Vasquez, he was very explicit on the sideline. A couple fire trucks coming out of his mouth as he sat down on the bench in disbelief at what just happened. Got an 86-yard fumble return touchdown by Taylor Hondor. Shippert Rose up top, passes caught. It looked like the pass was overthrown, but it actually go to receiver deep out near the 40. Let's see if that's enough for a first down for the Wildcats. Wildcats have got nowhere near the red zone just in that first half. On their first drive of the third quarter, they got all the way down to the 14-yard line for that big fumble return touchdown. DeVoe once again, looks like in the backfield. And off here to DeVoe, bumps off one tackle. Still going, pushing that pile down to the side of the 40. About the 42-yard line. And it's going to be a, as you see bottom of your screen, see that ref, first down for the Wildcats. So once again, another promising drive, looking to cap it off here with a touchdown. Came very close the last time out. Falcons are down in their last game against Western Connecticut, but they were not down by this much. We'll see if they have another historic comeback in them. Yeah, they scored 16 points in the fourth quarter of their win last week. Shippert throws to the sideline. That pass is incomplete. Well, that is Satavi again looking for a flag. Fans also looking for a flag. Nobody's going to get a flag, however. A little contact there. Looked like a grab at the shoulder. Again, no flag is thrown. So it'll be 2nd and 10. 34-0 Milford Academy. And I'm not sure anybody saw all this one coming into this game. Falcons had won 11 in a row coming into this one. Shipper hands off here to Vasquez. Vasquez up the middle. Excuse me, that is not Vasquez. That is DeVoe. Jake DeVoe at the carry. He'll get inside the 45, about the 48-yard line. Wildcats have been inside Falcons territory just once this entire game, and that was on the first drive of the second half. Trying to get back there. Try to get to the end for the first time here tonight. Shippert. Rose, and that pass is just out of the reach. And once again, it's Shatabi. Third target for Yusuf Shatabi. He only has one catch. So it is 4th down, and once again, we'll see the Wildcats go for it here. They had a big 4th down, by the way, on that last drive. And again, they got very lucky. Ryan Rufford, he had broken away, got into the end zone, but it looked like he fumbled out of the end zone. However, an illegal block in the back brought the ball back to about the 20-yard line after a 1-yard run. A 6-yard run, excuse me. Got to the 14, and that's where all H will loose. Shipper off 4th down, throws, passes intercepted. Another play here for the Falcon defense. Passes picked by Jaden Torres. And once again, the dominance continues for the Falcons here in New Britain. We're right back. Back-to-back turnovers for this Falcon defense. Up 34-0 and with the football. Pitch out here, almost lost it there. There is number 2 on the carry there. That is Quintez Whittle Jr. And he didn't get much on that one. Well, again, woes just continue. Carter Shippert, with frustration for him as well. That's his second turnover. Back-to-back turnovers. He was stripped of the football the first drive. On that last one, the pass was intercepted by Torres at a handoff here on 2nd down. Gets to midfield. They're now coming up. And they'll place the ball right about the 49.5-yard line. Falcons hurrying it up here. We third out here. Let's see if the Connecticut defense can make a stop for just the third time here tonight. Going up top, has a man wide open. The pass is caught. And he is gone. Touchdown, Milford Academy. Rajon Wilson getting in on the action for the Falcons. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 40 burger here in New Britain. It is now 40-0. I could say unbelievable performance, but you'll be asking, unbelievable performance by who? Now they're going for another extra point here. So I see is 1 for 2 so far at extra points here today. Falcons went for 2 twice in this game. Kicks up, and it is good. 41-0. Milford Academy all over Connecticut State here in New Britain. We'll be right back. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcat football right here on YouTube and on the live stream. 14 points off of 2 Connecticut State turnovers. The Milford Academy now up 41-0. Fans still cheering for the Wildcats on the kickoff returns. Then he brings it out to about the 23-yard line. And we saw number 16 off camera. We saw Sam Wallach taking some snaps at quarterback. So let's see if we have a QB change here on this next drive, and it looks like we do. Show you right here, folks. You see the bottom of your screen here if you watch the re-record broadcast. That is number 16. There he is, Sam Wallach. So it looks like Connor Shepard has been benched. New quarterback in for the Wildcats. And now they're bringing the ball back here. Oh, no, they're not. Pardon me. They're just going to get back there for the group huddle. But they had Sam Wallach in at quarterback here in a 41-0 game. We're still in the third quarter, by the way, folks. We got a lot of football to be played. But if we're going to have a 41-0 run here by the Wildcats, I mean, best of luck to them. Wallach got herself for the first time to get a head off here. On first down, it is Vasquez, and Vasquez is wrapped up about the 20. Fumble the football. Ball still on the ground. Falcons recovered, but we already know. You hear the whistle. That play is going to be blown dead. That is not a fumble. They call Vasquez down before the ball came out. And another break for the Wildcat offense. That's the third one here in the second half. By a gain of 7 on that run there. It'll be second down at 3. 41-0. Milford Academy all over the Connecticut State Wildcats. Wallach in the shotgun. He'll hand off here on first down. Vasquez cut to the outside. He'll get down to about the 34. Gain of 4. Now, if you're just joining us, folks, where have you been? And also, quarterback change here for the Wildcats. Connor Shipwright. After fumbling on the last 2 drives, one returned 86 yards for a touchdown. One capitalized on a passing touchdown by Milford Academy quarterback Domenico Berlingieri. 14 points off of the last 2 turnovers by the Connecticut State offense. It's to a quarterback change here for the Wildcats. Connor Shepard stays done. Sam Wallach is in, number 68. Out in a shotgun here on first down. And he'll fake, and he'll throw for the first time, and his pass is caught. And is immediately brought down about the 38-yard line. And there's DeVoe coming out of the receiver position to make that catch. Officially at the 39-yard line. So he's second down short here, coming up. Very humid Sunday evening here in New Britain. First week of fall. Fall hit us last week. It was last Monday, the 22nd. So we are day number 6 here in the autumn. It's been very hot every single day since. Pass goes up the middle, and let's see if they give him the first down. Let's check the marker here with the ref at the bottom of the screen. He's going to mark him down, and they are going to say first down for the Wildcats. And in a 41-0 game, folks, it's not about winning this game at this point for Connecticut State. It's about getting better each and every play. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Ball is at the 44-yard line. First down for the Wildcats here in the third quarter. 41-0. Milford Academy has dominated this game now on both sides of the football. And Wallach's going to head off here to Vasquez. Up first down. Vasquez hard to hold at the middle. It's a Falcon territory down to the 47. Another nice run there by Gio Vasquez. And Milford Academy calls their second time out of the half. We'll be right back. You're watching Connecticut State Wildcat football right here on YouTube and on the live stream. Milford Academy with one timeout left here in the game, about 41-0. Connecticut State with the ball, first down. The fake it, chucking it down the field, has a man, the pass is incomplete. Intended was Ari Nelson, who took some snaps at quarterback. Last time we saw the Connecticut State Wildcats, they were taking on the Central International College Cardinals out of Richmond, Virginia, out in Middletown, Connecticut, one of the two. And Nelson came at a quarterback late as they went out to win that game 20-0, throwing the only touchdown pass of the game for the Wildcats. So second down and 10 here. Ball still at the 46. And now hand off here to Vasquez. Vasquez spaking away from tackles. Inside the 40, and he will be brought down at the 39-yard line. Now Connecticut State run game starting to get a little something going here. And it will be third down, but still Vasquez showing us what he could do here in the run game. You see the sun coming down. You see the shadows of the people here. Still very humid out here at Connecticut. Third down here for the Wildcats. Trying to get something going here. Down 41 points in the third quarter. And Wallach fakes, roll it out. Trying to do something with his legs. Takes off down the sideline. Out of bounds inside the 35. And the crowd coming alive here despite their team being down 41 points. And Barker still reaches third down, so let's see if they give him the first. Oh, is that the 37-yard line? As you can tell by, well, you can't tell by the referee standing. If you're watching the live stream, there he is right there, about the 37. Now to flip it at Barker. And it's going to be fourth down, so Wildcats go for it here. They hit out here to Vasquez. Vasquez still going inside the 35. And it's a first down on a fourth down. And it looks like we have a Wildcat down, so we will step aside. Not sure who went down for the Wildcats. Looks like they got the field under their own power, so it's good to see. First down after the fourth down conversion. Ball is at the 34. Wallach throws, short pass caught. And he's still going, dragging defenders down near the 16, and that's where they'll stop it, right about there. And that's Shamir Williams with the catch, his first of the game. That's an 18-yard gain. Ball down here the 16-yard, officially the 17, so a 17-yard gain. And once again, the Wildcats find themselves deep inside Falcon territory. Question is, can they get something going with it? Last time they got down here, they fumbled it away on their first offensive drive. And that is the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter. 41-0 Falcons on top of the Wildcats. And the Heat get to guys here. Gio Vasquez on the sideline. Not feeling too well. Start of the fourth and final quarter. Milford Academy leads the Connecticut State Wildcats 41-0. Wildcats out back deep inside Falcons territory. Head off here on first down. I believe that's DeVoe's going to take carries out for the Wildcats. And a flag comes in. As we just showed you, Gio Vasquez was on the sideline vomiting into a trash can. And the heat getting to a lot of guys out here, including myself. A little upset stomach up here in the broadcast booth, but we will power on to the end of this one. Let's see, let's check the flag here.
10-yard penalty. Yes, sir.
And last time the Wildcats were out here in Falcon territory, they fumbled it away. Taylor Honor, a 86-yard return touchdown on a fumble that had a penalty here against the Falcons. There would be a first down. Hearing it might have been an unsportsmanlike of sorts. Not exactly sure. It'll be first down and goal here after the penalty, I do believe. Well, it should be inside the 10-yard line. Ball's at about the 8, so it is first down and goal for the Connecticut State Wildcats. First and goal of the night. Wallach to the end zone. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Connecticut State. And we thought we might hear a lot more from him today. That is Trey Jones with the touchdown. Wildcats are on the board now, 41-6. So Trey Jones, who had over 300 yards receiving in the last 2 games, gets his first catch there, and it's the first touchdown for the Wildcats. Now they'll go for 2 here to try to make this a 41-8 game. Wallach's going to hand off here to DeVoe, and DeVoe is not going to get there. The Falcons stop him before he gets to the end zone. So we're made 41-6, but Trey Jones, his first catch is a touchdown. And we'll be right back here in the fourth, right here on YouTube and on the live stream. 41-7, now your score, and this one will be taken about the 15-yard line, and he will be brought down at about the 26-yard line. We lost our live stream audience. Do apologize for those folks. Yeah, you're not missing much here, though, folks. 41-7, Milford Academy Falcons all over the Connecticut State Wildcats here at PAO Field, Newbury, Connecticut. Milford Academy once again coming out. 34-point lead here in the fourth quarter. Update for Kansas City, by the way, for those watching the pre-recorded broadcast. Chiefs lead the Ravens in Kansas City 20-7 in the second quarter. Looks like a new quarterback kid here for the Falcons. It's Ryan McKinnon. Oh, excuse me, number 13. He's going to run. And there he goes. Plenty of room. Down the sideline and out of bounds to midfield. No quarterback's actually Elijah Martinez. I thought it would be number 3 because he was taking pregame stacks to quarterback. Instead, it is Elijah Martinez. And he gets a big run there out to midfield. Once again, Milford Academy run game all over this Wildcat defense. And officially still got him out at the 49-yard. It looks like he got him midfield, but put him by a yard backward. First down. 2 running backs in the backfield here. Martinez at the shotgun. Oh, yes, that's it. Diaz throws to the sideline. Short. Pass is incomplete. It's headed for Adams, who has a touchdown catch in this game. Has a couple catches on top of that as well. Had quite second half, however. He was very loud in that first half. 5 catches. 4 including that touchdown catch, which I believe they had 26-0 at the time. Be second out of 10. I've mentioned it before, folks. Falcons have had a lot of big plays on second out of 10. A couple touchdowns in this game. They'll head off here to number 2, and that is Quintez Whittle Jr., his first carry. And he'll get into Wildcat territory on a gain of 2. Maybe 3 on that one. That'll be third out here. Third out about 8 here. Oh, we had a Wildcat jump off sides. No free play. Martinez has plenty of room to run. He's going to float it up top. Has a man. The pass is caught. Down to the 30-yard line. Pass is caught. There's Ray John Wilson again. Wilson had that touchdown earlier, making a leaping catch here on 3rd down and 8. That was a gain of about 18 yards. And the Falcons use a little no huddle here. Pitch out here to Whittle Jr. Cut to the outside. Ad Hay will be blocked out after being a maybe one. Not even sure if he got one. And the Falcons have called their third and final timeout here in the 4th. Milford Academy out of timeouts now. Flag flies here as they hand off here. Lose the football. Ball's on the ground. Let's see who has it. And it looks like Milford Academy did get back on top of it. Oh, we have a flag down. Let's check the marker. Coaches for the Wildcats boy in the way. The Falcons. And it is a legal shift against Milford City. So they get the ball back, but they also get a penalty here on a legal shift. And that's the first big break for them in this game, as they have had everything go right for them here in this one. We're going to zoom out here, actually, folks, see a little better view. Now back him up to the 35-yard line. Again, update from Kansas City, 27 Chiefs on top of the Ravens. Both teams try to avoid a 1-3 start. Ravens covered off that Monday night loss against the Lions. Chiefs got their first one last week against the G-Bud. And Whittle Jr. here hitting the carry on I believe that was first down carry there. Might have been second down. And that was a second down run, so because marker you see there, ready to third down. So Connecticut State's win streak comes to an end at 11 games. And in 2 weeks' time, they'll try to start a new win streak. They'll take on Cap Academy on October 11th. Stay tuned for updates as to where that game will be played. Don't forget Will Jr. Cut to the middle. Bumping off defenders, diving for another extra yard inside the 20. Down to the 18-yard line. And it's another Falcon first down. Once again, folks, Connecticut State will look to start a new win streak on October 11th as they take on Cap Academy. Stay tuned for where that game will be played. Of course, our first game we had at Xavier High School in Middletown, Connecticut, whichever it was. And today we're here at PL Field. Rose passes caught. There's Robinson again. He gets about 1 yard gain on that play. See the marker should be second down here. Head off here to Whittle Jr. Cut up the middle. And a nice hole and gets down about the 11-yard line. Third down coming up for the Falcons. Not sure of the time of kickoff. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Don't know when or where. We do know October 11th. Not sure what time that game will be played against Cap Academy. Looks like it was an official timeout, so we'll be right back here at the 4th. Looked like we had an injury down there for the Falcons, so they had an injury timeout. And now Martinez is going to run it to the outside. Trying to get some blocks, and he'll get down near the 5-yard line, down about the 6-yard line. They're going to call it officially. And on third down, let's see if they give him the first. They do now. It'll be fourth down here for the Falcons. A 41-7. They're going to go for it here. What do they have to lose, right? Oh, no, they do give him the first down. It's first and goal, ball to 6. But again, Falcons have absolutely nothing to lose here, up 41-7. Run game took over the first half. The defense took over that third quarter. Now here in the fourth. Here with 3 running backs in the backfield. They got to head off here, number 5. And he will be brought down way back in the backfield, down near the 10-yard line. That's a big loss there. So Connecticut State's, again, their streak will end at 11 games. Try to go for 12 here today. That's not going to happen, unfortunately, for them. They'll look to start a new win streak next 2 weeks' time, heartbeat. They take on Cap Academy on October 11th. I'm not sure if they have a game on October 4th, but nonetheless, even if they do, it is on the road. Will not be another home game for them until, again, October 11th against Cap Academy. So they could be going for a new win streak next week. If not, 2 weeks' time. Second and goal, ball back at the 9. Martinez over the middle to the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Robinson. Now Robinson grabbing the, whatever that thing is on the goalpost there. He got upset with himself. Despite the big lead, trying to make another big play here for the Falcon offense. Oh, again, it's third down goal. Ball back near the 9-yard line. (41-7). Falcons. Try to extend out their lead here late in the game. Third down goal at the 9-yard line. And Martinez fakes pressure. And he's going down way back at the 24-yard line. That's another big play for Connecticut State's defense. Haven't seen much of them here today. That's going to be 4th and goal. It looks like they're going to go for a field goal here. They are going to try to extend their lead. This is the first time they're not going for it on 4th down. Now we're going to zoom out here so you can see the field goal. Kick will be coming from about the 31-yard line, so it's about a 41-yard field goal. High snap. Kick is up, and it is no good. It's a good kick, but not good enough. Connecticut State makes another stop, down 41-7 here in the 4th. Right back, right after this. Sam Mullockson, a quarterback for Connecticut State. He took over for Connor Shippert after the interception a couple drives ago, and handoff here on 1st down. It is Vasquez who was thrown up to start the 4th quarter. Back out there. That's what I call sportsmanship, folks. Despite getting sick and vomiting into a trash can to start the 4th quarter, Gio Vasquez getting back out there. And they can now carry it on 1st down to about the 30-yard line. And a whistle here. I'm not sure why, but you see the official talking to the Falcons about something. I'm not sure exactly what. Now he's going to have a word here with the Wildcats. I'm not exactly sure what he's saying. We hadn't had a 2-minute warning at the end of the half. I don't think we have one here either. I'm surprised we don't have some type of running. Of course, we don't have any running clock. Nobody running the scoreboard here for this game. As has been through the entire summer, refs have controlled the clock. And that throughout the entire New England Football League season. Wallach throws, passes, caught, man, wide open. And he'll get down to the 45. That's another 1st down for Connecticut State, and they're moving to another drive, doing quite nicely. Last 2. First one had resulted in a fumble recovered by the Falcons for a touchdown. Last one, though, was a touchdown throw from Wallach to Trey Jones. That was his first and only catch here today. Again, he had 12 catches over the last 2 games, over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. So very surprising. Very surprising non-performance, I should say, here by Trey Jones in this one. Of course, as you know, folks, football is a team sport, so can't blame him for this blowout loss here today. It was a team effort, and the team they just didn't do enough. And a delay game here against the Falcons, so while we don't have a running clock, we have some type of running play clock. Or they call it a false start, but nonetheless, the 5-yard penalty back him up. I'm not exactly sure how much time's left here in this fourth quarter. That was a long third quarter, by the way. And so it'll be first and 15 after the false start. Ball's back at the 42. And Wallach fakes, chucking it down the field. Has a man. The pass is caught. Trey Jones staying on his feet. Lose the football in the end zone. And the Falcons pick it up. Trey Jones makes his second catch. Trying to stay on his feet. Ball gets punched down, rolls into the end zone, and Milford Academy with another takeaway. And that's been the story of the game, folks. Don't turn into the NBC just yet. We're not ready for Football Day in America. We still have a little game left in this one. Be right back. Complete and utter dominance, folks. Fit all Milford Academy in this one. Going down the field, has a man wide open. The pass is intercepted. Connecticut State defense, their second takeaway, and he is down at the 45. Ryan Rafferty with the interception. Connecticut State offense gets the ball back right after this. That was the first pass, by the way, of quarterback Ryan McKinnon. Call that a natural shanks, question mark? Here for the DeVoe on first down. So, as I just mentioned, after that turnover, Trey Jones lost the football after his second catch. All of a sudden, Ryan McKinnon's first pass was intercepted by Ryan Rafferty. So I guess you call that an announcer jinx. I do apologize for the fans of Milford Academy watching at home. Now Connecticut State once again back inside Milford Academy territory. Ball at the 49. Score will still reads 41-7. Both defenses exchanging turnovers there. Turnovers brings down a little bit here to end this one, folks. Try to get the best possible view here as the sun continues to come down here to Breton. Vasquez looks like he's back there in the backfield. Wallach throws, passes too high. And that was Jones again trying to go for his third catch. Pressure came into Wallach's face, and he had to get rid of that one before he went down. I'm not sure how much time is left here in this fourth quarter, but when it's all said and done, Connecticut State's win streak will come to an end at 11 games. But yeah, I'm not sure if anybody saw this one coming into this one. I don't think anybody saw this coming. Wildcats have won 11 in a row dating back to last season. And 2 weeks ago, they won their game against Williamson. 38-0. Head off here to DeVoe, and DeVoe is wrapped up in the backfield. But to get a Wildcats look to bounce back, start a new win streak against Cap Academy in 2 weeks' time on October 11th. Not sure what time the game will start or where it will be. Stay tuned for updates as they become available. Okay, I can say Wildcats do a good job of promoting themselves on social media. They've done it all season long. And the marker reads fourth down here. You heard someone say it was third down and 6. But marker reads fourth down. Ball is back at their own 49-yard line for Connecticut State. Oh, let's see. Let's see if this is the last play of the game here, folks. Not too sure. Might be. Wallach steps up, chucking it down the field, and the pass is incomplete. And that's another turnover on downs. And Milford Academy's offense come back out, so we're not done yet here, folks. We will take a pause, though. Be right back. First down, Milford Academy. Martinez back in the quarterback throws, pass is caught. Down to the 45-yard line, gain of 4. You know, I like to kiss a lot of ass when it comes to stadiums. What I like is broadcasting at a specific stadium. I let people know. I love broadcasting at this stadium. Those stadiums include Cranston Stadium in Cranston, Rhode Island, home of the New Football League's Maritime Conference champion Rhode Island Riptide. Foley Stadium, home of the then Worcester Wildcats, who folded this past summer after 20 years. Also home of 6 of the 7 high school football teams played in Worcester. Like South is the only team that has their own stadium. This one has to be number 3, or at least top 3. Not specifically sure where I put it. Tie out of the field. The third down here for Milford Academy. Ball at the Connecticut State 46. Martinez steps up and he is going to take off, cut it back inside. And down to about the 37-yard line. And that's a first down for Milford Academy. And we'll continue to run that clock now. Falcons doing a little no huddle here. And they'll hand off here, number 20 on the carry. And we'll get a couple. And he slammed down late. Will you got a flag? Yes, we will. We got 2 flags. And again, that's been the story of the game for the Wildcats. And one of the fans arguing there was no whistle before the flag was thrown. You know, I feel for these refs because come maybe 2027, that's one of my plans after post sportscasting. Become an official. Yeah, I heard they pay pretty decent money. And I know I will not be taking criticism like that very well. I do not do that very well. Ball now at the 23-yard line. That's a 15-yard penalty. Martinez, throws short, pass caught. Now I got a flea flicker here. Wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. Unbelievable. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. Milford Academy continuing to roll here tonight over Connecticut State. Score is now 47-7. I can't think of the right expression, folks. Something along the lines of, if you want to stop us, stop us. It's kind of like the tush push in the NFL. Icy's kick is up, and it is good. 48-7. And we'll be right back. Well, we can confirm it was Veradakis who caught the touchdown. We have a number 9 who threw the touchdown. And we have a number 9 on our roster. However, if I look back, it could have been number 8 who's the bottom of your screen. That was Liam Barry. 48-7. And a fumble here. Ball at about the 13-yard line. They'll pick it up. Cut it outside. Break it off a tackle. And he will be wrapped up at the 30. At the 20, excuse me. So that ball was taken at about the 13-yard line. And once again, here comes Connecticut State's offense. Once again, led by Sam Wallach. Number 16, you see him right there coming right off the screen now. So we'll talk to Coach Devine Jackson for the next play. Nothing has gone right here for the Connecticut State Falcons outside of a couple stops on defense. Do have 2 turnovers and a 4th down stop, but other than that, absolutely nothing. But all Milford Academy in this one. Started with the wide open touchdown pass to start this game. 2 rushing touchdowns by Bradley. Let's see what they do here. Yeah, not sure how much time we have left here in this one, but not much. I can tell you that for sure. First down at the 20. Wallach steps up. Shucking it down the field. Has a man. The pass is incomplete. Contact to the flag. And that's the second time they go for Jones in double coverage, and this time they get the flag. It's going to be pass interference. It should be a 15-yard penalty, as in like it is in the NCAA. You'll see right there, ref is saying it is pass interference. Pass interference against the defense. Trying to see who was it. And it is 15 yards. I still watching college football on Saturday or Friday evening. And I was seeing 10-yard penalties in the NCAA Division I games. I'm like, why are they calling 10-yard penalties? As everybody knows, in the game of football, pass interference calls are 15-yard penalties in the NCAA. It's spot fouls in the NFL. And so they'll put the ball at the 36-yard line. It's actually a 16-yard penalty. Give him an extra yard. Wallach, pressure. Steps up. Spins away, and he's going to go down. Right about the 34, so he'll lose a couple yards on that one. And he almost took a scary hit there right to the back. Would have been folded up like a sandwich. He avoided some serious injury there. Now he'll come to Coach Devine Jackson for the next play. Actually, he'll go off the field. And you know why, folks? This game is finally over. Your final score from here in New Brighton, Connecticut. Milford Academy Falcons 48. Connecticut State Wildcats 7. Connecticut State Wildcats, I'm Stephen That'll do it for this one. Thanks for turning out tonight, folks. We'll see you next time.